What's up guys, Charles from 3 Tanks Dev. Thanks for joining us for part 2 of our second battle of Combat Archery, where I'll be showing you the highlights for the last 2 league games, a new cool game called The Last King, and the Race to 10. If you haven't watched part 1 of game 2, the link is in the description below. We intend to battle at least once a month in 2019, so if you do enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. Just to recap, we have 8 out of 9 players from game 1 and 4 new players to the game. Hence, the 12 of us were randomly divided into 3 groups of 4. So right now we start game 5 where team 2 takes on team 3. Rounds 5 and 6 will be the revival matches, where players need to either eliminate their enemies by hitting them directly or have more surviving players at the end of 5 minutes. They can also revive an eliminated teammate by shooting out one of the circles from your own target board. So now let's start game 5. The last time these two teams met, team 3 took the win. With just 30 seconds into the game, one of team 2's players gets eliminated.
Survive me, survive me.
Let's take a look at that brilliant shot by Mitchell in slow motion. Team 3's sharpshooter Jeremy reduces Team 2's chances of revival by 1. With 90 seconds into the game, another Team 2's players gets eliminated. But 3 seconds later, Team 2 hits back.
Good shot, Laurie. Good shot.
And immediately as he gets knocked out, one of his teammates revives him. Team 2's Kian also revives one of his teammates.
Revive. Okay. Okay, consider. Okay, 3 versus 4.
Then Team 2 brings back the competition to equal terms by reviving their last eliminated player.
Okay, revive. Four versus 4. Okay, 4 versus 4.
But 3 seconds after reviving his teammate, he gets knocked out.
Revive. 4 versus 4. Okay, 4 versus 4. No, nothing on.
But once again, Kian revives his teammate.
Yeah, Ken, revive me.
After being revived back into the game, Clifford gives Team 2 the lead for the first time. But yet again, almost immediately, Anthony revives his teammate. Team 3's Mitchell flirts with danger as he retrieves an arrow in enemy territory, only to be chased down by Kian, who almost eliminates him. With the game still tied, Team 3's Mitch and Neil try to double team one of Team 2's players. Team 2's Clifford charges forward and takes out one of Team 3's players, but only for them to revive him once again. With less than 1 minute on the clock, Team 2's Clifford gets eliminated. Team 3's Jeremy does a smart move and shoots out Team 2's last remaining circle to prevent them from any more revivals.
Lancar nang ah. Go for new. Lori, gini. Hey!
With 10 seconds left on the clock, Team 2 evens the score and eliminates one of Team 3's players, but Team 3 revives him after a few seconds and then goes on to take out one more of Team 2's players to take the game.
Kena ni.
In our last league game for the day, Team 1 takes on Team 3. Can Team 3 take their revenge over Team 1, who beat them in the first game? One of Team 3's players, Neil, plays a prank by hiding an arrow and firing at Team 2 immediately as the game starts, which takes everyone by surprise.
One, go.
Team 3 starts with the same offensive tactics with two of their players immediately on the attack out in the open, which sorta causes Team 1 to automatically hide for cover. Team 3 then uses the opportunity to shoot Team 1's target board to reduce their revival chances to get back into the game. After getting pinned down for a full minute, I managed to eliminate one of Team 3's players, who immediately gets revived.
Suddenly stood up. Who gonna shot?
Being on the front foot from the beginning of the game, Team 3 slowly picks away at Team 1's target board. Team 1 then takes out another of Team 3's players, only for them to revive him again.
Hey, revive me.
Brilliant shot straight to the chest by Ronnie from Team 1. Mitch gets revived back into the game and then goes on to eliminate me and Malcolm from Team 1 by hitting us on both our bows in quick succession.
Do a 4 versus 4. Okay, hit. Versus 4. Okay, hit.
Was it? Hit ah?
Last chance to revive. Yes, hit the ball.
Team 3's Neil takes out Ronnie from Team 2, leaving it 1-on-4 for the remainder of the game.
Archers from line.
Team 3's Mitch then becomes the second player within our gameplay to catch an arrow.
She's out.
To our understanding, if your arrow gets caught by an opponent, you are out of the game, but the referee still waves play on. With less than 10 seconds on the clock, Melissa from Team 1 manages a consolation by eliminating one of Team 3's players. And remarkably, she manages to last the remaining 2 minutes alone and dodging all of Team 3's efforts. Game 6 ends with a win for Team 3. And here's a look at the final standings. Team 1 and Team 2 are both tied with 9 points and a goal difference of 2. But I shall name the winner to be Team 3 for having one more kill than Team 1. And here's a look at today's top 6 archers. I lead the table with 6 kills and 2 deaths, followed by Mitchell with 6 kills and 4 deaths, and Kien with 5 kills and 2 deaths. With the league games over, we move on to a new game called The Last King for round 7.
Last game, game 7.
The bow, meaning to say the king will not shoot any arrows at all. So what's his objective? He has to take the foam circle and place it back inside the foam board while the archers try to defend him. Okay? So every time the king got shot, he has to come back to the goalpost and pull down his own life. Okay? So he has 3 lives. So you can win the game by either fixing all the foam board up or you
have to
can
pull down the opponents. Pull down the opponents.
Only the king can do that.
Okay? The king can take arrows? Cannot take arrows.
But can we shoot the opponent's board?
No. Okay? So the only way to win is by shooting, eliminating the king, or you fix back the foam board.
But the rest?
The rest is normal archers. Okay, so once you are shot, you are out. Alright, the king will have 3 lives.
I'm the king. Don't shoot all at the same time. Watch. Make sure other people got arrow, then you let go.
You mean watch for us?
Yeah, our own team. We got no arrows. They will charge forward and put their block back.
Okay.
So with the rules explained, let's start round 7. The teams were reshuffled for round 7 and we were 5-on-5 instead as 2 players decided to have a rest. The Last King would prove more about tactics, teamwork and communication more than any other rounds that we have ever played before. And even though Team 1 had 4 out of 6 top archers, we were in for a huge lesson in teamwork. Anthony, who was the king for Team 1, manages to give Team 1 the lead when he places circle back into the target board. Team 2 employed a good tactic by having their king hide behind one of the players to prevent him from getting eliminated. Team 1's Malcolm thinks he has eliminated an enemy player, but the arrow hits the obstacle in front of him.
Okay, in this game mode, you have to ration your arrows. Ration your arrows.
The referee advises us to ration our arrows, but Team 1 doesn't listen and continues to go for the kill. And that leads Team 2 to take advantage of the situation by our lack of arrows.
Hey, cannot shoot lah. Watch out. Next.
With everyone concentrating on shooting the king, Ronnie takes advantage of the situation and eliminates one of our players. And then another of our players gets eliminated shortly after.
Fire at the king. Archer down.
A few moments later, I eliminate Mitch from Team 2, who was the main bodyguard of the king. Team 2 then deployed 2 players to protect their king and their target board. I managed to take out one more of Team 2's players, but we were extremely short on arrows. Great play by Team 2's Kevin, who was their king. Team 2 takes the win in round 7. Round 8 would be our last game of the day, called Race to 10. The rules were running on a race to 10 point system where your team earns a point for every enemy that you hit.
Now we go in 3 at a time now. Then 2 protect, huh?
Really? Then they got more chances of shooting the 3. 2. Yeah.
You protect us, Kevin. Yeah. Okay. Then we 3 go in and just attack. Okay.
Beautiful.
With just 10 seconds into the game, Team 1 takes the lead when Malcolm hits Jeremy from Team 2. Team 1 calls for a timeout when one of the players has a broken bow. But Team 2's Ronnie doesn't hear the timeout and continues to shoot Neil. Team 2's Ronnie takes aim at Neil even before the referee blows to continue the game. In retaliation, Neil runs over and takes him out.
Hey, go, Kevin!
Team 1 went into a 3-0 lead shortly after.
Okay, close. Okay, one bunker down.
Laugh at me just now.
3-0. Alright?
Yeah.
Shortly after getting hit and falling to the ground, Anthony shoots him again in the head.
Oh yes! 3-1! 4-0!
Neil shoots Ronnie, who was putting on his mask, to make it 5-0. In retaliation, this time Ronnie hits back.
5-0! 5-0! 5-1! 5-1!
Team 2's Clifford scores another point to make it 5-2.
Hey, never call that one. I just shot him on the side. Right side.
Okay, 5-2.
Team 3's Anthony and Kian on the left side of the screen team up to take out Jeremy to make it 6-2.
Jeremy,
Shortly after getting hit, I managed to shoot him again to make it 7-2. Team 2's Clifford makes a wonderful long-range shot to pull one back.
out full, come on. 7-3, 7-3.
Then Team 1 and Team 2 hit each other at the same time, making it 8-4.
Inside the goal post. 8-3, 8-3. 8-4.
Team 2's Clifford does an amazing jumping dodge when I shoot an arrow towards his head. And the rivalry between Neil and Ronnie continues.
Coming back, coming back.
Coming out. 8-5, 8-5. 8-5.
Oh, you saw that dive, right?
8-5.
5 seconds later, Kian wins the game for Team 1.
And
No, the hard shot is a headshot. I got hard shot, headshot, long shot. I got shot like 5 times.
Final score, Team 1 10, Team 2 4. So that's all guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video and watch out for our next video in January 2019. See you in the next one.